I've been locked in for a week and I'm already fighting burnout.
I'm operating from this place where I'm trying to bounce back and reset, but I'm like, bro, it's only week 1 and I'm getting whooped. Allowing yourself more grace and being more considerate of the fact that things aren't always going to happen as planned. There are still going to be days where you don't have the energy, you don't have the motivation, you don't have the drive, or you just don't feel like it. It is okay to not have 110% energy every single day. I just want us to be more practical and realistic with ourselves.
We can be kind to ourselves without quitting.
When they say she
Good morning. What's going on? As you guys can see, it's about 6 in the morning. If you're familiar to this channel, you know I typically do a 5 a.m. morning routine. But in this video, it's important for me to show you guys that showing up for yourself in the morning doesn't have to look exactly the same way it does every day, nor does it have to have such high expectations or standards. I think as we all embark on our great lock-in, that is September to December or January even, we need to make sure we're being kind to ourselves, we're practicing grace, and we're being realistic. So because I've had practically nothing to give, I'm fighting the good fight that is my luteal phase, and I'm exhausted. I hope that in this video I can show you guys a practical and realistic and obtainable 6 a.m. morning routine that's going to help sustain you within your great lock-in and give you the motivation and encouragement to show up for yourself even when you don't really have too much to give. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Before I get changed and we continue throughout the rest of our morning routine, our practical, actual, factual, everyday morning routine that's going to set you up for success during your great lock-in, I just wanted a quick touch base with you guys and tell you why I'm being nice to myself and kind with myself this morning. One, it's Friday, okay? Ooh, TGIF. It is Friday, but not only that, I had a really long Thursday. I got a YouTube video up. Pats on back. I did not let my extreme, because it was extreme. I did not let my extreme busyness take me out of the game where my channel was concerned. I was adamant about getting my video up on a Thursday like I normally do. The few weeks prior, it was giving Friday, and I just wanted to get back on track desperately. So I did what I needed to do to make that happen, despite how busy I was. It caused me to not get my 10K steps. I was really trying to do the whole week, but yesterday was probably like 7,000 or 8,000 steps, which isn't awful, but I had some priorities. By the time I finally finished work, I had to cook. I have like little to no money right now, no exaggeration. I mentioned in a previous video, if you haven't already watched it, please go do so. But I mentioned in that video that September is my frugal month and I need to keep it cute right now. Not to mention, I don't even get paid until Monday. It's Friday. I've been going a whole week off vibes, okay? So I did not and would not plan to eat out yesterday or anytime this weekend, really. Like I might get a coffee, like it's that bad. So I had to cook. Cooking was a non-negotiable. It took me low-key most of my evening, didn't get a chance to go for a walk, and then work was working. So I had gotten to a place not only where I was extremely busy, but I started feeling a little bit of burnout coming on. I regret to inform you guys that week 1 during my great lock-in, and I'm already experiencing burnout and trying to avoid it. I've been locked in for a week and I'm already fighting burnout. Am I the only one? Like, no, but seriously, am I the only one? So that has a lot to do with why I decided that I wanted to film this video today, because I'm like, okay, I need to still stick to my morning routine if I'm going to be productive in any way, shape, or form. I know that when I do have a successful morning routine, it does get me back on track. It does help me to stay consistent, but have that same 5 a.m. morning energy to give right now. No, I don't. And I don't want to crucify myself for it anymore. So if you're in a place where you're like, bro, I'm trying to show up for myself, I'm trying to do my best, but I'm already fighting the good fight, honey. Or like, today is not my day. You had a really rough week. You want to show up for yourself. You're trying to find a way to maintain consistency, but also still have grace for yourself. This is going to be the video for you, because this morning is about being kind to myself, taking my time, and getting back into the swing of things, and just giving myself the motivation and trying to find different ways to avoid burnout, because that is a real thing. I don't care where you're at in your great lock-in, at some point or another. You might not be like me. You might not be experiencing it right now, but that time comes. It does come. Trust and believe. And you're going to need some tips and some motivation and guidance to be able to pull yourself up out of that rut and not just completely chalk the whole thing when you experience those feelings. So be sure to continue to watch this video to the end if you're anywhere under that umbrella. If you're trying to make sure that when you do get to that point, you have some type of defense mechanism, I'm telling you, this is going to be extremely beneficial to you. But if you're like, okay, sounds good, but who are you? I realized I didn't introduce myself. Hi, my name is Bri. I am your Genzennial bestie, your virtual sis, working to successfully navigate her 20s in an attempt to thrive in her 30s. And what that looks like for me is simply becoming someone that I am currently inspired by. So you're going to see a lot of self-improvement, self-development, health and wellness, lifestyle, fitness vibes here on this channel. So if any of that aligns with what you want for yourself, please do yourself a favor and like, comment, and subscribe. I promise you're going to love every part of this journey and all that this channel has to offer. And for those who are reoccurring, y'all already know the vibes. It's so hard to smile with these things on, but I really, really like them. I got these from CosRx. I did a campaign with Yes Style, and it included these eye patches, which have been viral on TikTok. Yeah, honey. Your girl's doing stuff. Very much proud of her. But yeah, that video was due last week. A lot of stuff, like getting back into my swing of things for my great lock-in wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And if I'm being transparent, it probably has a lot to do with the fact that this isn't like new for me. I'm not starting from like uber scratch. I did a reset to get myself to where I am right now. Most people might be starting from scratch, and while that might feel daunting, like how do I build discipline, build consistency, how do I come up with a plan and all that other stuff, how do I develop a routine, that might seem daunting for some people, but honestly, I feel like starting from scratch is awesome, because like you're at baseline, you have nothing to compare it to. I personally, hopefully, I hope the mic isn't like too crunchy and loud. Give me a second. Okay. I personally have expectations for myself when I lock the F in. I do. I know what I know what I'm capable of. I have standards. I've proven to myself so many different things that I can do when I'm actually locked in, and the morning routines and the consistency and the discipline and the steps and the weight loss and healthy eating and the content. I've literally proven it to myself time and time again. I have a paper trail. Like, I can go back and look at it. So when I don't hold myself to that degree or that caliber, I start spiraling. Like, I feel this unmeasurable amount of pressure and defeat, almost like premeditated defeat, when I let myself down. And not to mention, I have you guys that I do my best to try to show up for consistently. Y'all here on my channel and on my Instagram, like, people expect me to be consistent consistent, and they do look to me for motivation to help them to remain consistent. So lately, like, I've been in a little bit of a funk. Like, bro, if I'm not at the point where I feel like I can motivate myself, how am I expected to motivate other people? And that's when I realized that I don't have to show up as this uber perfect, pristine 5 a.m. morning routine girly every single time I pull out my camera. It's about us being on the journey together. This is exactly what we talked about, us being on the journey together. So it wouldn't be practical or realistic if I only showed you guys the highlights. I want to show y'all the real, the speed bumps, the hiccups, everything in between. And yes, on your journey, in your great lock-in, there are going to be days where you feel like you barely have anything to give. There are going to be times where you are already starting to experience burnout and you don't know how to combat it and you want to give up. And I'm just trying to make sure we're ready for when those times come, because we don't give up here on this channel. We don't quit. We can be kind to ourselves without quitting. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and change real quick. I put the blame on me for giving you chances to chance. I love what you can't stand, and I try to be strong, but how much can I put your words on your life this time? And I hope you ain't lying, 'cause okay, so it is 7:37. Typically by this time I would have like already been done my workout, or at least close to it. I like to get to the gym ideally, even when I wake up late, getting in the gym by like 7:30 is good. But on a 5 a.m. morning routine day, I'm out the gym around this time. However, we're being kind with ourselves and we're taking our time this morning, and I'm gonna do something crazy given the fact that it is a little bit later, and I am going to go on a run. I don't know what's gotten into me. Oh my gosh. So my boyfriend be running, and he's desperately has wanted me to like try. I like to say I've been relatively athletic for the majority of my life, but just of all the sports that I played, I always leaned toward the ones that I wasn't really running too much. Like volleyball, I was really good at volleyball. Softball, just the bases, nothing crazy. I did basketball for like a hot second. Cheer, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not really an enjoyable thing for me. However, I do want to, have a hobby in common with my man so we could do more like active things together. And I have found that I don't like the idea that I feel like I'm like not good at it. Like, I'm not good at something. Like, I don't know. Like, I might as well just do it. And like I said, I was about to say, I found that when I don't have as much time on my hands, I do burn a lot of calories walking at like a 12 incline, like a 3 speed or 2.5 speed on the treadmill. But I have the tendency to do that for like an hour or 40 minutes. So when I don't have that time at my disposal, I don't want to get to a point where I'm like crashing, burning. Oh, the world is ending and I've done a terrible thing and now my morning routine is ruined. Like, no, I can get to the same level of intensity or feel like I've really accomplished something by going on a run. So taking advantage of the fact that it's not scorching hot anymore. It's like 60 something degrees, probably a little chilly. But another like benefit of me going for this run is because I don't have any Celsius. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, and I might even go to the gym after this run. Like, I might grab my Celsius, come back and go to the gym and like do a little bit of a full body circuit, just like a quick 1-2. And then I think I can get back here by like 8:30. I'm not going to go on a long and crazy run. It might be like a mile or half, maybe 3/4 of a mile. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to run around the block, run to get my Celsius. Then I'll have that in my hand. I'm going to do my best and try to take you guys with me. I have this little like fanny pack on and my key in it. So yeah, no water, just my phone and y'all. So let's see what it's giving. But that is tip number 1, is to, what's the word? Be malleable. Is that a word? Adjustable? Darn it. It's at the tip of my tongue and it's going to fry me. But essentially, tip number 1, so that you do not burn out and something that you can ingratiate into your morning routine for your great lock-in, is to make sure that you and your morning routine can be adjusted if necessary. I don't know what that word is, and hopefully I can come up with it while I'm editing. But if if something is thrown at you, say you oversleep, you miss your alarm, or I don't know, something breaks in the middle of your morning routine. Like sometimes you can't predict what life throws at you. For me, I predicted it last night, and it was the fact that I was exhausted. Okay. I wasn't going to have a 5 a.m. morning routine. It doesn't necessarily mean I can't have a productive 6 a.m. morning routine. I also wasn't willing to take away my time with God because I've been feeling the brunt of that as of late. Like, okay, I woke up too late. I'll just read my Bible later, and I'll put it off and I put it off and I put it off. And I'll be frustrated with myself or feeling a little bit more deflated, realizing that these little funks that I'm getting into probably would be avoided if I was spending more of my time with God like I normally do. So I don't take the time to sit down every single morning and read my Bible like I would like to. And I just want to make sure that I'm being consistent with it. So was it something that I was willing to put off so that I can get to the gym on time and try my best to stick to this very harsh and strict routine? Not today, okay? I've been going through it. Therefore, I needed to spend that intentional quiet time like I normally do. And the fact that it was after 7 o'clock, like, oh wow, that's something that I just wasn't willing to let go of today. So prioritize the things that matter to you and don't be afraid to adjust your routine as necessary. So now I'm going to go for a run, which is really different. Very different for me, but we're trying new things. We're making things shake. We're moving things around as necessary for the benefit of our productivity. And we're still getting active. That's what's important. We're still moving our body. So without further ado, say a prayer. Let's go for this run.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Only gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do what you want.
About to get back to it.
At this time, doing what I want.
I dropped my case. I'm almost at a mile, so I'm just gonna keep running. My battery's about to die, so I'll tap in with you in a sec. Okay, this is a makeshift tripod. I don't have my mic, and my battery's on 28%. But I ran my mile, got my selfies, and it's exactly 8:15. So I have 15 minutes to do some full body workouts. So without further ado, let's get into it.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know but she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime, it's not going where I want. It's some me time. Hope you know what you want. Crib by the beach like Odell. Over my killers don't tell. Shut over my cause the New York the shelf.
Okay, hopefully the mic sounds okay. I'm not going anywhere. However, I decided to do a quick little lash situation. I'm not doing a beat. I'm just gonna put on some like glowy face moisturizer I have. Skin enhancer, CoverGirl True Blend Luminizer. So I could feel a little luminous, I guess. I don't know. Talking to you guys because one of the things that I want to make sure I include in my tips to avoid burnout is to make yourself look like something. I do think that amidst our great lock-in and our extremely disciplined eras, when we enter them, sometimes we can definitely have the habit of neglecting ourselves, and it can cause you to spiral, especially if you're a girl. But I mean, this is for anyone. My boyfriend always tells me, like, there's random times where he'll be like, I need to get a haircut for my mental health. And that's real. Like when you're locked in, you're like, okay, maybe you're focused on your finances right now, or you're focused on your discipline, you're focused on working out or whatever, and you have the tendency to look rough. I don't want that to be the case all the time, because when you are looking rough and not putting any effort into your appearance for too long, it can start to take a toll on you mentally. So that's something that I was experiencing the last couple of days. I've been kind of just keeping my hair in that little low bun, headband every day. I'm still about to put a headband on because I don't want to straighten my hair right now. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I have to run to the pharmacy, but like that's it. But it's not about doing it for anyone else. Truthfully, it's about doing it for you. So me doing my edges, this is the first time I've done my edges since Tuesday, and it's Friday. So there's that. Definitely recommend taking care of yourself, putting a little effort into your appearance. I touch on this pretty often, but I just want to make sure that it's resonated with you guys. There is a very light, it's like a skin blush, Rosy Drops by Drunk Elephant. My mom got me this for my birthday. I had it tucked away because I don't really use it because it's a little bit too light. However, on a day like today where I'm not really putting on too much makeup, I'm trying to be mindful of the breakouts that I'm recovering from. Slow but steady progress is being made with my face, so I just don't want to like really mess with it. So this is something that I'm like, okay. Yeah, this is kind of giving like a pink skin tint, if you will. You guys will see. It's gonna just be a glowy vibe, and then I'll do some powder and call it a day. The point is, no matter what amount of effort that you decide that you want to put into your appearance that day, whether you have plans or whether you want to just make yourself look cute to go nowhere, to be in the house, or if it's just doing your edges, if it's just doing your hair, if it's just putting on something that's not a robe, no matter what it is, it definitely takes a toll on the way that you show up for yourself when you put effort into your appearance, and it will help you to prevent burnout. I just wanted to leave you guys with that little nugget of information before I go and make my breakfast, make my coffee, because that is something that I'm looking forward to, and sit down at my desk and get to work. That did take me a little bit of time, but it's really only because of my lashes. And I took my time doing my lashes, I'm not gonna lie. It is now 9:45. I wanted to be at my desk by 9:30, but it's okay. You wanna know why? Because it's Friday, okay? Not too much on me. Let's go have breakfast. Hey guys. Okay. So believe it or not, I fast forwarded all the way to, it's 3:30. I know. I did a thing. However, that's how good my morning routine was. It was so good and so effective. I got so much done for my job that it is 3:30 on a Friday and I'm done. Actually, look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Oh! Oh, wait, hold on. Disregard that. Laptop slammed shut for the weekend, honey. Yes. Quite actually. And I am so proud of myself. And I just wanted to quick wrap to you guys before I let you go about the other things that have helped me with my morning routine to prevent burnout amidst my great lock-in. Because I thoroughly believe that the few minor tips that I put into practice for myself today and even last night, the way that they have impacted my morning and my overall mood today, I feel so much better. I'm so glad that I did those things, that I was able to make sure that my morning routine was malleable and the world didn't come to an end as a result of that. I have yet to go on ChatGPT and figure out the word that I'm actually trying to use that isn't like malleable. Kind of just sounds like I'm talking about clay or something. But the way that clay like moves and molds and reshapes, that is what I want your morning routine to do, in addition to making yourself look a little bit like something, even if it's not that much, but put together. But in addition to that, I'm going to give you 2 more tips before I let you go. Actually, no, I lied. I said I had 2 more tips for you guys, but I'm going to lump one of them into the malleable tip. I can't wait till I can come up with a different word for that. But essentially, my breakfast, what I made for breakfast was different than my usual morning routine. If you guys are familiar with this channel, what I consume in the morning is pretty consistent, not only because I am a person of routine, but also because I was on a calorie deficit. I am no longer on that calorie deficit. However, I like to just try to make sure that I eat smart and healthy more often than not. And in the morning, it's the best time to do so, because if I'm going to be big backed, it's likely not going to be for breakfast. So whether I'm on a diet or not, my breakfast tends to be pretty healthy. But I wanted to switch it up because transparently, I barely have anything in my house, okay? And the girl doesn't get paid until Monday. I'm trying to be frugal and not just be swiping that credit card. You know, I might do a little something here and there, but I'm trying to keep it cute this weekend. So I'm like, you know what? Let me make what I have in here stretch and let me try a new recipe. And it's not brand spanking new because I tried it yesterday and I was obsessed with it. But now I feel like it's going to definitely be put into the rotation of breakfast items, and that is toasted oats. I was tearing that up. The closest thing that I could describe it as, because honestly, when I seen it on TikTok or on Pinterest, it kind of looked more like a granola kind of vibe. But when I make it, it's kind of given like scrambled oats as opposed to toasted oats. But it is so good. If you were to have the batter of French toast in like a cereal form, it was so good. Like I put a little banana in there and an egg. So that way I'm getting some protein, I'm getting my fiber, and I'm getting good breakfast. So I was very happy to give that a shot. And initially yesterday, the way that I was feeling was like, bro, I'm so irritated. I don't get paid until Monday. Like, I hate not being able to have the flexibility that I want. Any other time that I feel like I'm in a funk, I typically pick up and go to a coffee shop. And it's not to say that there's a problem with that. It's just, I don't always want the thing to fix my mood or to help me get back on track or locked in to have to require me to spend money. So for me to just make that simple switch in my breakfast for my morning routine and to enjoy it so much was 10 out of 10. And I think because it has so much fiber and protein, it definitely kept me full for a lot longer. I normally have a snack around like 12. Skip that. I didn't even finish my coffee. So I have coffee left. I refilled my water, and now I finished my work so that I can just have my lunch and chill, okay? Because after lunch is another time where I always kind of struggle to get back into the swing of things. So it's really a relief that I can enjoy my lunch on a Friday afternoon and not feel pressured or guilty for not wanting to get back into work after my lunch. Like I can actually decompress after lunch and I can do whatever the heck I want. Just because I leaned into the change that I decided to make or that I kind of needed to make as a result of not having nothing else in my house for real. I leaned into it as opposed to being so frustrated and upset like I was yesterday. And it really helped my morning routine, and it helped me to essentially not get burnt out and frustrated and irritated over something that I truthfully can't control. So I definitely wanted to lump that into tip number 2 as to just making sure that when life throws things at you, you're moving with it. Your morning routine should be able to fluctuate as necessary for the benefit of your lock-in, for the benefit of your structure and for your routine. At the end of the day, we can't always predict that things are going to happen exactly the way that we want them to. As a matter of fact, you tell God your plans and he cackles at you. So yes, I love routine. I love consistency and structure. However, things change. So the more that you're able to change with the things that come your way, the more likely that you're able to be successful in your great lock-in. Your morning routine is going to be something that may need to change. And as long as you can move and shake with it, you'll be good to go. And the final tip that I have for you for how to prevent burnout, especially within your morning routine during your great lock-in, is to practice gratitude. Okay, I definitely need to be more adamant about putting this into practice in the morning in particular, but I think I went to bed with the gratitude in mind. So when I woke up, I literally had a different outlook. I went to bed feeling a lot better than I did the entire day yesterday, because yesterday I recognized that I was operating from a place of, I don't even want to say lack. It low-key was like not bratty, but a little bit of like ungratefulness, if I'm being transparent. Because number one, like I mentioned, I was just irritated at the fact that I couldn't move in the way that I wanted to because I'm trying to be financially responsible, and it was irritating. I'm invited to a birthday party and I tangibly, I don't got the funds. I'm not about to be irresponsible just to like go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to make sure that I'm making sound decisions, but just having to decline blew me. And I know it was a finance thing. Nothing that I can truthfully do until I get paid or continue to work toward my other craft so that I can make sure I'm not reliant on one stream of income. However, right now I am. So I'm over here frustrated and mad at the world that I can't move and shake and do the things that I want to do because of my funds, right? It was that. And then And I was just in a funk overall before that even happened. Work started throwing all these different things at me. Like my to-do list yesterday got so long. It ended up going into the evening. I did not get my 10,000 steps. I was cooking until the wee hours of the night. It was irritating. It really was. But the minute that I finished my YouTube video, mind you, I uploaded it while I was cooking. Like I was sauteing chicken, and while I was cooking one side, I'm over here adding the description to my YouTube video. I was literally multitasking. It's like 9:30 at night. I was exhausted. Hadn't left the house since I went to the gym in the morning. It was bad. And mid-gym, I was like, bro, I'm over this. Like literally the whole day, I just was feeling like I don't want to do it. I don't care. This is not it for me. But something about when I finally got that YouTube video up, I was like, I'm cooking food in my house. That's a blessing. I got food in here that I'm cooking. I'm whining and crying about the fact that I can't go out to eat, and I got food right in here. A lot of people cannot say that. That is a blessing. I'm whining and crying because I got to wait until Monday to get paid. A lot of people not getting paid at all. That is a blessing. I don't know what clicked for me in that moment, but I was just so happy and grateful that I got the YouTube video up, because the way that the day was looking like, it really didn't seem like that was going to be an option for me. It was like, you know what? Everything in me wanted to just push it to Friday. But the last couple videos I had pushed to Friday, mostly because my birthday and then Labor Day weekend. So I'm operating from this place where I'm trying to bounce back and reset, but I'm like, bro, it's only week one and I'm getting whooped. I'm getting whooped. This is insane. So I'm like, I don't want to push it back. Like I really want to fight back. I want to stand up. So the fact that I was able to do that, like, yes, I posted a video at 10 o'clock at night, and who knows if it's going to perform as well as it's supposed to, given that my viewers might not be on at the time. I did it. Damn it. Okay, I got it up and I felt so good after that. And immediately I started looking at all of the things I was complaining about. And I was like, bro, God is really so good. I need to be so grateful. So immediately after that moment, I was like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to have a good day. And I think I just set that intention before I went to bed. I read my book. I lit a candle. I did some like little things for me to just try to remind myself like how good I really got it. Like I don't need to complain and whine about the fact that I can't do X, Y, and Z when there are so many things that I can do right here in my home, or right here with myself, or right here with the Lord. Like I need to chill out. And it's something that I truthfully know in my heart that has put me on a better path today than I was yesterday. I feel so good about the day that I've had. The day is over bright and early. Something that I want to challenge you to do is to, one, maybe do that in the beginning of the day, because me doing it at the end of the day kind of allowed me to have a really crappy day on Thursday. I don't want you guys to have to experience that. Don't wait until after you've been beating yourself up for literally 12 hours to then be like, you know what? It's not that bad. No, it's not that bad right now. So like the minute you wake up, maybe it's a gratitude journal, or maybe it's your prayer, or maybe it's a simple reminder on your phone. I have one on my phone for every morning at about 9 or 10 a.m. And I just gotten into the habit of moving it off of my notifications so that I can focus on the other ones. I need to be more adamant about practicing my gratitude on a consistent level and doing so in the morning, because if I could go into every day feeling the way that I felt today, that would be amazing. And I do want to preface this by saying this isn't going to make you have an amazing day every day. There are still going to be days where you don't have the energy, you don't have the motivation, you don't have the drive, or you just don't feel like it. Those days are normal. I just want us to be more practical and realistic with ourselves. It is okay to not have 110% energy every single day. It is okay if your morning routine has to move around or has to look a little bit different. Mine did. I did not start working out until after 7:30 this morning. The world didn't end. And I actually went for a run, which is a challenge for me. And I still did it. And I was very proud of myself afterwards. So just allowing yourself more grace and being more considerate of the fact that things aren't always going to happen as planned. But as long as you practice your gratitude and you be practical and realistic with yourself and you lean into some of the changes that you might have to endure, it will make your lock-in or your disciplined era a lot more seamless. Because You're not always going to have 110% effort to give, but just work on giving what you can and meeting yourself where you're at, and things will be a lot easier for you. With that, I hope that these tips help you to avoid all kinds of burnout when you embark on your great lock-in, whether you've already started and you've hit that burnout, or whether you've been started and you're starting to feel that motivation and that encouragement dwindle down a bit. No matter where you're at in your journey, understand that these times come around and they're perfectly normal. And these tips will help you so that you don't get taken over and consumed by the burnout, and that you experience it, you move through it, and you persevere. Everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. I'm just going to say this before I let you guys go to make sure, if you haven't heard it already, or if you needed any reassurance, everything is going to be okay. No matter if you overslept your alarm, if you tripped and fell, if you've had a bad day, if you had swamped with work on your work week this week, no matter where you're at, life will move on. Be grateful for where you're at right now, and you will get to where you want to be. Pace yourself and have grace for yourself, and pray about it, because God has grace for you, more grace than you can ever imagine, more grace than you can even fictionalize you'd have for yourself. He has way more. So give all of your worries, your troubles, your stress, your doubts, give all of that to God, and you just worry about getting through your day. Okay, no matter where you're at in your routine, I promise you, you will be so much better when you submit those issues to God and you give yourself grace. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe. Lots more content like this coming your way. And if there's anything in particular that you are struggling with when it comes to your great lock-in, let me know below. I would love to know if there's anything I can do to help. Maybe it's not burnout, maybe it's something else. I want to know if this video helped you, and or what I could provide for y'all that will help y'all as you continue to try your best to finish 2025 off strong, because I'm definitely trying to do that for myself. So let's do it together. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next drop, and I will see you in the next video.